Brent Harding, but you already know that, right? This is Open Office Q&A with Brent Harding, and I am absolutely enthusiastic. You are seeing this broadcast both on my personal Facebook page, and you're also seeing it on the Wealth Warrior Strategies page. If you are on the Wealth Warrior Strategies page, then you're actually seeing a guest on there. I'm really excited. This is a departure from what I've normally done. However, there've been a number of questions that have come in that are up the alley of this particular gentleman. In other words, he doesn't know everything about it, but I'll tell you what, he knows much. And so when he agreed to come on, when he actually said, hey, I want to share this information, this gentleman is awesome in that he likes to share. And we need folks that want to do that. So what are we going to talk about today? Money. However, we're not talking about your conventional money. We're actually going to be talking about alternative currency. So let me start off by saying, Robin Tennille, thank you. I'll tell you, Robin Tennille is our Wealth Warrior Platinum Ambassador. You will be meeting her in September. In fact, on September 30th, she will be in the great state of Massachusetts. So enthusiastic. She is here come or high water. How about that? Thanks. Great evening to you. Great evening to you, Robin, as well. Well, with that being said, I want to introduce you to a phenomenal gentleman who hails outside of the United States, an American citizen living outside of the United States. You just got a little flash of him, but I want to make sure I properly introduce him. He is a scholar. He is a noteworthy gentleman. He is a person that you want to know, has a wealth of information, and the beauty is he wants to share it with all of us. And so that's what makes him phenomenally amazing. And so I want to take just a moment before I do that. I want to acknowledge folks that are on the line. Betty speaks, Betty speaks, Betty speaks. Thank you very much. I love it. And we've got Deborah Dancy as well. Awesome. So without further ado, again, you can watch the broadcast, you'll hear him. However, he is actually up on Wealth Warrior Strategies. So guess what? You can watch the replay, but you can listen. So with that being said, without further ado, let me introduce you to Mr. Robert H. Randolph. Hello there, Mr. Randolph. How are you?
Hi, Brent.
Hi, Brent. How are you? Let everybody know. What country are you hailing from, please?
I'm coming to you from Coronado Beach, Panama.
I'm telling you, for those of you who are not seeing him, oh my goodness, I know you probably feel as cheated as I do. He is in Panama living his dream while we're here in the great state of Massachusetts. Yes, it's warm, but he gets to live his dream year round. But you know what? When we get through hearing what he has to say, we will be able to live our dreams as well. Now, I will say this, you're going to hear me restate some of the things that he's saying because we are working on two modalities. And for those of you who are watching me on Facebook, my Facebook page, you're not actually seeing him. So you might hear something twice. But you know what? There's nothing like hearing it twice. In fact, when we hear it 3 times, we tend to remember. Am I correct about that? Yes.
Absolutely.
So, Bob, get started. First of all, what is crypto coin? Crypto coin, Bitcoin. We are hearing so much about these types of coins and this type of currency. We're actually taking a bit of a departure from what we normally do, which is to have the list of questions, although I do have questions, but because you put it into the Wealth Warrior feed, all people want to know is, what is this alternative money? So please, what is this alternative money?
Thanks. A few years ago, I heard about it. I started my professional career as a programmer many years ago.
I recall.
And so I have this kind of weariness about programmers. You know, it's sort of like I always think a bunch of programmers sitting around with nothing to do can be a dangerous thing. So a few years ago, I heard about this cryptocurrency. And let me talk about cryptocurrency which is the generic term for this alternative, uh, this alternative money, if you will.
So crypto is alternative money. So it's not like the physical dollars that you and I feel, but it's an alternative money.
Yes, absolutely. And so when I heard about it a few years ago on the internet, I just kind of poo-pooed it and saying, oh my goodness, some clever programmers are playing around and they're trying to figure out a way to pay each other. And that's and I really dismissed it. And to my chagrin, actually, by now I would have been probably a millionaire if I had paid attention. So it's one of those kind of things.
Okay.
Bitcoin is the thing that you've probably heard about and read about quite a lot. Bitcoin is one of the early versions of cryptocurrency. I'll tell you a bit about why it's called cryptocurrency, but that cryptocurrency is the generic term for like Bitcoin.
Okay, so crypto, you said, is a generic term for like money, like Bitcoin.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's sometimes called alternate currency, etc.
Okay.
What it is it's based on a technology called, and I won't go into a lot of technical details, but there's some words that you should probably know about.
Okay.
And before we end the conversation, I'll give you some references.
Okay.
And that's very important for people. Anyway, Bitcoin is based upon a technology called blockchain. And you're going to hear quite a bit about that in the future. Blockchain is not a big deal. It's simply a database that can be widely distributed over a number of nodes on the internet. In other words,
just a moment, Bob, before you go on any further. First and foremost, I want to say, Chantel, I see you, I see you, I see you. I want to let everybody know that's on my personal Facebook page that I am actually broadcasting on that page. However, my guest, who is a incredible individual, Robert H. Randolph, is actually being interviewed on the Wealth Warrior Strategies page. So if you decide that, guess what, you want to flip over there, guess what, my feelings are not going to be hurt at all. As long as you get the information, that's all that's important. So you can go to either location, you're going to get the information, and I will actually post this information. I will post the actual interview in my personal Facebook page as well. So either way, you're going to get it. So we're going to continue on. I'm hoping that you can hear through the use of the computer plus the iPhone. I'm hoping that you'll be able to hear him, but you'll be able to hear and see him because I'll repost it. So Bob, the floor is yours.
Okay, I was talking about blockchain. Blockchain is the foundational technology on which these cryptocurrencies are based. It is essentially, it's not a very complex thing, but it is essentially a networked or widely distributed database. And you can think of it as a series of pigeonholes linked together by a crypto number or a crypto ID, and an ID that's been run through a randomized piece of software to make it come out like a big string of numbers. And that number is placed on each block in the distributed database. And so as a result of that,
you realize that those of us that are listening, our brain is going, okay, wait a minute, I can't fathom all of this stuff. So I just want you to know that you're the programmer, we're the listener, and I'm sitting up here going, okay, I'm going to be patient, but where's the money? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, part of the issue with understanding cryptocurrency is that it comes from a group of very clever programmers.
Got it.
And they have invented their own language to talk about this technological phenomena. And so there are only a few things you need to understand. You're going to hear the word blockchain often. Blockchain can be thought of as an electronic ledger that keeps tracks of transactions. That's all it is.
Okay.
And as I said, the technical details are that it's a distributed database. And the reason I mention that is because this database exists all over the internet. So it's not in one place. It's not in Chicago. It's all over the internet.
Okay.
So that's the basic technology on which cryptocurrencies are developed. Cryptocurrencies are really they're really strings of characters that are assigned value.
You know, I'm anxious, right, Bob? Because I'm like, okay, he's giving me that program. I meant modalities.
No.
By the way, Sean Brown, it's good to have you with us. We are talking about alternative money. We're talking about crypto coin, crypto money, Bitcoin. So those are some of the terms that you're going to hear. And Bob is a former programmer, and he is in program mode. So I'm just trying to work with it.
Okay, well, stay with me. It'll be worth it. As I said, I'm not going to delve too deeply into the technology, but it's important because it often comes up in discussions. And so, as a matter of fact, what I'm going to suggest is immediately after we finish this discussion that everyone go to, if you're interested, that you go to Google and you Google cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrency, it's either one word or two words.
Okay.
And
Cryptocurrency.
currency. Okay, what you'll see in Google is you'll see a Wikipedia article on cryptocurrencies. There are currently about 700 cryptocurrencies in existence. There are many and with that number, you probably have never heard of them. The most popular one and the earliest one that has been wildly successful is something called Bitcoin.
Right.
Bitcoin, when it came onto the market in 2009, was selling for pennies, like 10 cents. It is currently trading on cryptocurrency exchanges for it varies around $2,800 each.
Wow.
So yeah, that's the kind of increase in investment that one can realize, and that's where the money comes in. This is why this is so important for everyone listening. With the addition of other cryptocurrencies that are coming along every day, there's one that will be released in the 1st of July called Tezos, Tezos. Tezos. It's
okay,
a new crypto.
Let me just make sure I got that. That's T as in Tom, E as in Echo, Z as in zebra, OS. Is that right?
Right. That's it exactly.
Tezos.
And that is a new currency that will be released to the public on the 1st of July. Now, typically, these new currencies come to the market with a value from 5 to 10 cents, maybe more. And the idea, if one is investment minded, is to buy these cryptocurrencies and see them appreciate. And they tend to appreciate very rapidly.
Okay.
And if you will go, the other source of information, which is very important, is YouTube. if you go to YouTube and you search for cryptocurrencies or Bitcoin, you will find an incredible number of videos that explain not only the technology, but it explains what's happening in the market for these cryptocurrencies.
Okay.
Now, one of the interesting things about these cryptocurrencies is they exist on the internet in this in what are called wallets. And those wallets are the place to hold your cryptocurrency. It may be Bitcoin. It may be, there's another one called Ethereum. There's another one called Ripple. There's a whole list. There's about 700 of them. And so the game is that if you're lucky enough to buy into one of the cryptocurrencies at pennies on a dollar, it will either grow or it'll die. There's no guarantees as in any investment.
All right, you already see the ripple across my face, right?
Yeah. Well, it's true of any vehicle. Stocks will either go up or they'll die. So that's the risk in being an investor.
True
so
that.
there are big part.
I said true that.
And so, you know, my standard admonition or statement to potential investors is to never invest money that you cannot afford to lose. That's the magic word for being an investor.
Yes.
And if you can't,
I've heard that term too.
afford to lose it, don't invest it. That's really important. On the other hand, the upside of these cryptocurrencies are so huge. It's phenomenal. There are people on some of these YouTube videos, and they're kind of wild and crazy people, as a matter of fact. They're forecasting Bitcoin to be at around $10,000 per coin in the next 5 to 10 years. Now,
Bob, before you go on, let me just take just a moment and share with folks, kind of summarize for those, especially those that are not on the Wealth Warrior Strategies page, for just a moment. As everybody knows, we have Robert H. Randolph with us tonight, and he's talking to us about Bitcoin. I took a departure from what we usually do, which is you have questions, but there were enough questions for me to say, hey, I want, and Bob was right on point. He offered to come on and share this with us. So we're doing this a couple of ways. First of all, we're doing it through the office, through Open Office Q&A with Brent Harding. I am actually broadcasting on two pages. One is my personal page, and the other is also the Wealth Warrior Strategies page. So you're actually able to physically see him on the Wealth Warrior Strategies page. He has agreed to come back and talk to us again on Saturday during the Wealth Warrior broadcast. So you're getting double. Just a quick note, a couple of things. He's encouraging us to go up to Google, and to look up, Google being a search engine, cryptocurrencies, look up cryptocurrencies and exchanges. He shared with us that there are 700, I did not know, 700 various types of alternative currency or cryptocurrency. He shared with us about Bitcoin, which started in 2009, and it started at pennies. It's now $2,800 per coin, which is amazing. He talked to us about going up to YouTube and the fact that there's one coming out on July 1st called Tezos, T-E-Z-O-S. So you may want to watch this video again a couple of times so that you can get prepared. And he encouraged us to understand the term wallet and the fact that we want to utilize YouTube as one of the vehicles. There are plenty of YouTube broadcasts about cryptocurrency. So bring yourself up to speed. And with that, I wanted to say, hi, Belinda. It's good to have you with us. Bob, the floor is now yours. I brought folks up to speed. How did I do? Did I give it good?
You did great. That's exactly the level at which we want to speak this evening. There is, and this is very important for people to understand, there is a learning curve involved if one is interested in pursuing the area of cryptocurrencies. However, once one has climbed that learning curve, then the upside is tremendous. Bill Gates has done a video in which he says that there is no way of stopping Bitcoin.
Really? Wow. That's huge. That is huge.
It really is. And we could come, the forecasts are that we could come to a point where Bitcoins and similar kinds of cryptocurrency are accepted as replacements for US dollars. In other words, it's an exchange, it's a medium of exchange, and it will grow increasingly important in all our lives.
Okay, hold that thought for just a moment. Did everybody just get that massive nugget that that Bill Gates has a video out that's saying that there is a real possibility that crypto coins. So you know the movies that we saw back in the day, I'm not going to say which movies they are because that would give away my age and I don't intend to do that. Okay, so with that,
right.
If you stop and you think about those sci-fi movies where we would see these various, like a wallet, or we would see some sort of an apparatus, and that apparatus would represent our money, that the reality is that there is a realistic possibility that comes to fruition, that it would replace those physical dollars that we have. You know, our ATM cards, that this would be something that we would be holding on to. So that is, and that it would all be there. That is incredibly powerful, and it's an investment. That's what makes it so intrinsically interesting, is that it's not like the ATM where our check goes in there. This is us investing in this substance called cryptocurrency. Bob, are we good? Are we up to speed now?
We're up to speed. As a matter of fact, I have a friend who carries around about $100,000 on a thumb drive.
Oh my goodness. $100,000 on a thumb drive? Oh,
yeah.
Folks, are you hearing this? Is this crazy or what? Somebody's walking a thumb drive, and this person has about 100 grand on a thumb drive. Wow.
Yes, it's pretty amazing. This guy has been following cryptocurrencies since it first came into existence and has invested in it over time. And he lives in the building I live in.
Okay.
And he's an economist, and he was down here in Panama doing construction work to keep things going. And probably about 6 months ago, he started trading in cryptocurrencies, and he became a trader, and he had to quit his construction job.
What?
So, yeah.
That is incredible. Okay.
And all he does all day is sit at his computer and trade his cryptocurrency across all the places and across the markets in which cryptocurrency is being utilized.
Wow, that is huge.
Now, there are some things that you'll find as you do more and more research. For example, Japan has declared cryptocurrency real, and you can actually buy things with Bitcoin. And that's where we're going with this technology.
Did we hear that, ladies and gentlemen, that literally in Japan, you can buy with crypto coin? That is wild. Okay. That is wild.
And that's spreading to more and more countries. Russia is embracing Bitcoin as legal tender
Russia
to
is
purchase things.
embracing Bitcoin as legal tender. Okay. Wow. Linda Davis.
That's the direction they're moving in. That's the
Wow.
direction they're moving in. I don't think they've declared that absolutely at this point, but that's clearly the direction they're moving in. And other countries are beginning to accept Bitcoins specifically in exchange for goods and services.
Wow.
Now, another interesting thing about these cryptocurrencies is that they can be held completely anonymously.
That is where
And
we wanted to go with this. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the reasons why he worked up the engine to get us to this place, and we're going to teach because we're not giving you all the details until Saturday, but here's what I wanted all of us to hear. Money held anonymously. Money held anonymously. Is that insane or what? Oh my goodness.
yeah, the IRS is having a tremendous struggle in trying to figure out
How to find out about people's money. Am I right about that?
Yeah, absolutely. And so there's quite a struggle going on. As a matter of fact, there's a struggle with the banks, the Federal Reserve System, and they want to control the money so that when we get into trouble financially in our country, they can just print some more money.
This is absolutely.
That's called a fiat.
That's called what again?
That's called a fiat currency, and it's backed by nothing.
A fiat currency backed by nothing.
Yeah, we went off the gold standard some years ago. So
yes, it really did.
As you remember, there was a time you could take $1 and go and ask the government to give you $1's worth of gold.
Right.
That doesn't exist anymore. And
yes,
so
definitely.
Our whole money system is based on how much they need to print today. It has nothing to back it up. So, however, this cryptocurrency, as it becomes more prominent, is backed up by value that people place on it. So, okay. And it's independent.
Hold that thought for just one moment. I just want to share with all of you that we've got great news. Bob is going to be back with us on Saturday, on our Saturday morning broadcast, the Wealth Warrior broadcast, different from Open Office. Typically with Open Office, it's all about questions and answers. It's what's your questions that we can answer. I took a little bit of a departure today because this was such a great topic that I just couldn't take it anymore. Oh my God. Robin Tennille is saying, I need to get Bitcoin. I need to get Bitcoin.
Yes. Well, so, it's not something.
Bear with me, Bob, for a moment. We've only got a few more minutes of Q&A. However, sure. We are going to get a heck of a lot more detail on Saturday. I am going to be posting this effective tomorrow morning. I'm going to be hitting it up several times so that we can really draw folks to this. Bob has said, hey, I'm not an expert. However, what he is sharing with us is primer so that we take action. So that we take action. So that's what I want to make sure we get across to folks. Bob, give us a wrap up because on Saturday we're going to really delve more into it. But if you could kind of wrap us in a nice, neat bow and get us prepared for Saturday.
Okay. I made a post on Wealth Warriors. I don't know how many people have seen it. I talked about some of the things I've talked about this evening. There is a learning curve. It can be steep at times, but you need to know as much as you can possibly know about any investment that you make or are contemplating making. Some tricks of the trade in investing in cryptocurrency. So you need to be aware of those. I'm beginning to learn some of those tricks of the trade, but certainly I don't know them all. What I have been doing recently is I've been holding cryptocurrency invitational luncheons here in the Panama area, and we're getting people together and exchanging information about cryptocurrencies. I had a luncheon on the 17th of June, and I'm going to do another one on the 22nd of June. It's too bad we can't plug you guys in, but
I'm thinking about how we can do that.
But well, we may be able to do that. The thing is that I've run into about 10 people who are actively engaged in not only understanding cryptocurrencies, but they're actively engaged in making serious money with cryptocurrencies. And that's what I want to have this group do, is be actively engaged in this technology and this thing that's really taking off. And it's really at the ground floor now. And now's the opportunity. You can take $100 and you can become a holder of some of these cryptocurrencies. And
Bob, we're going to hold it up right here.
Okay.
What we're going to do.
Great.
On Saturday morning, we're going to bring you back and we're going to spend time talking about this, because this, ladies and gentlemen, heavy duty topic about our dollars and cents, whether you want to be involved in cryptocurrency rather or not, we've got to know it. We've got to at least know what's going on so that we're engaged in the game, if you will. Bob, would I be right about that?
Absolutely. At the very minimum. One of my friends went over and did a talk at the high school, and all the kids are trying to figure out what to do with their wallets. So that's how real it is.
Well, I'll tell you what, I want to share this with you, that we're going to have you back Saturday morning, 9 a.m. on the Wealth Warrior broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Wealth Warrior broadcast. Please invite your friends, family, and anybody that you know that wants to, that's thinking about investing. Bob has said, if it's $100, and if we've been working the 40-40 plan 40 years, 40 hours a week for 40 years, and we do not have $100 to invest, we need to readjust the plan. So with that being said, I want to thank our guest, which is Mr. Robert H. Randolph. He will be back with us again Saturday morning, 9 a.m. on the Wealth Warrior broadcast. We're going to put information in the feed early so that you can be with us. With that being said, Bob, I want to thank you so much for being with us this evening.
Thank you.
You are so welcome. We will have you back on Saturday. To everybody that watched the broadcast on the Brent Harding's page, I'm going to post the Wealth Warrior Strategies broadcast on my page so you actually get to see Bob in living color. And again, we'll be back on Saturday. I want to thank everybody for being here. And remember, Open Office Q&A is every Thursday evening. Next week, Thursday the 22nd, is going to be hot, because it's going to be live. We're going to have a lot of fun. You're going to see me post this twice a day from now until Thursday. We're going to be interviewing each other. We're going to do testimonials. You're going to do your 6-second elevator pitch, and I'm going to have it going on 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to have it on 3 of my Facebook pages, and we are going to be live. It's going to be a networking event, fun personified. So I will see you next week. Everybody, take care. Bob, I'll meet you on the flip side.
Thank you, Grant.
You're welcome.
Have a good evening.
You too.